There is no disconfirming evidence. There is no possible way to shake them from the conspiracy. It's impossible.
Let's say they sit down with, and I'm talking about the permanent CIA and FBI, not the ones that you get this like figurehead, they get to pop in every administration and say,
oh, the deep state. Good job. This guy is another name for the deep state. Good job, dude. I love how these guys are able to like conservatives will these like little boy is full of fucking and then these guys are literally vomiting it out 2 weeks later. I like how he's picked up the vocabulary and the secrets without even knowing all about politics. Very impressive. So cringe.
Educators at elite institutions.
Let's go.
That's why it didn't come out. You got too many powerful people on that list. Mutually assured destruction. So whoever was in office was going to have to deal with that.
This is the Kennedy assassination again. They're just going to lie to the American people about how it happened, and then we basically just got to sit here and take it, which is bullshit.
You're out of your mind if you think a Democratic administration would have put that list out.
This is what I don't.
If Biden had one again, or Kamala would have won, that list was not coming out.
And they had it for four. They had it for 4 years during Biden's term. Keep it in mind. They had all this information.
But he ran on it.
Why for 4 years in Biden's term? What about during Trump's term? Did they not have it at all, or?
No. We're going to get to that in a second because I really want to talk about that.
Why do you think Biden never used it against Trump?
Exactly.
If I use it against Trump, then I got to out a bunch of my guys.
Exactly. And the reality is, and I don't know, but this is what it seems like. It seems like the U.S. intelligence apparatus, i.e. the CIA, the FBI, was in on it. And in order to out this list, in order to out the blackmail operation, they would be...
I'm just bored. Like, what does it mean when you say the CIA and the FBI were in on it? How many employees in the FBI? They employ over 37,000 people. How many employees in the CIA? 20,000. So are we saying that like 60,000 people were in on it? Or was it just like, it can't be the leadership, right? Because the leadership was picked by Trump. It can't be all of them because that's just retarded. So who, can we get one of these fuckers to like break down with some degree of specificity? How the fuck is this being kept under wraps? Who the fuck is keeping it under wraps? Who? Is it middle management? And they're hiding it from the frontline employees, who, by the way, are the ones that do the actual intel gathering. And then they're hiding it from their leadership, who I guess have no control over anything. Like, who's hiding this?
FBI was in on it. And in order to out this list, in order to out the blackmail operation, they would be outing themselves for running a child ring to incriminate and
I heard this one. This is a good one.
to incriminate and compromise powerful figures in our country. Bare minimum, the U.S., probably the U.S. and Israel.
So you think this list was used for purposes to keep people in line?
Of course.
The honeypot.
These honeypot traps. But is America ready to acknowledge that with taxpayer dollars, their intelligence community, the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, all these things, paid for and ran a child fucking campaign to compromise people with power and influence?
Like, it's crazy that this is the mainstream opinion and there is no evidence for this. What were they used for? Who is being blackmailed? What were they being blackmailed to do? Who is this impacting? What are we even talking? Like, you don't even have circumstantial evidence for this. This is literally a fantasy. This is a fantasy. Who is being blackmailed for what? Who blackmailed who for what? What was Epstein blackmailing people for? To do what?
We definitely do it in other countries. That's no question. I just don't know if we would run that in our own country.
So are they real kids or like midgets that are like, look like, I'm serious.
No, they're real
like
kids.
undercover midgets that are
They're real
adults.
kids. They came out. The kids have came out. And then Kash Patel went on Rogan and he said, we don't want to re-victimize the women. The women are begging for justice. You don't have to re-victimize them. They're asking you for justice, which you will not give them.
Because it's mutually assured destruction. The reason Joe Biden never used the Epstein list against Trump because he got people that's on the list. You'll have to ruin the legacy of people that you love and care about.
You got to burn it all down. So, or
like, what are you even talking about? So why wouldn't they just take their names off the list if that's how powerful they are? If they're so powerful and they're on the list, Epstein is dead, so he can't blackmail people anymore, right? So why not just remove themselves off the list and then publish it? Or are we saying that other people on the list are black? So is everybody on the list blackmailing everybody on the list? It's just like, it's a mutually assured destruction list of kid who are all blackmailing each other. For what are they even blackmailing each other for? What the fuck is the point of this?
there's another...
You know that.
Oh, I'm not saying they're not on the list.
There's no question Mossad is involved.
Right. I would just say I would throw those people under the bus to be able to take out Trump if I'm them.
So here's the thing.
But you might take out yourself.
No, you can't. I don't think he's realizing. It's so entrenched, Chris. Listen, Ehud Barak, the former prime minister of Israel, Bill Clinton, the president of the United States of America. Like, you can't just be like, oh yeah, Epstein did it with did it with Trump. And then once you say Epstein did it with Trump, you're acknowledging that there was a blackmail ring and that he was the leader of the blackmail ring. What they've done now is said there was no such thing, and he was just procuring thousands of girls for him, even though he...
Was it thousands? How many kids were these people f***ing? It's like half the population of New York City. It's like, hello, welcome to class Brooklyn, whatever. Oh, 7 more kids absent today. They must be on fucking Epstein Island. Guess we're gonna have to push the math quiz to tomorrow.
He was Lex Wessner gave him power of attorney over his whole finances and gave him the most expensive housing unit in New York City for no reason. That Leon Black gave him $170 million for tax advice. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You're insulting our intelligence to act like there was not some form of, I don't even know if you want to call it blackmail, but organized operation here that was using children in the abuse and the sexual assault of children. That our intelligence agencies were involved in. Alex Acosta, we all know Alex Acosta, you know who he is? He was a district attorney in Palm Beach, and then later was going to be the labor secretary before they kicked him to the side, said, when they asked him, I believe...
Under who? Hey, why don't you say who? Hey, why don't you say who he was going to be the labor secretary of? Hello? Also, wait, why did he say kick to the side? He was the labor secretary for 2 years.
Attorney, our intelligence agencies were involved in. Alex Acosta, we all know Alex Acosta, you know who...
Did you know Alex Acosta? Because if you did, why the fuck are you surprised right now that was Trump's labor secretary for 2 fucking years? Didn't you have Trump on your show? Didn't Trump go on this fucking show? Am I making that up?
He was a district attorney in Palm Beach, and then later was going to be the labor secretary before they kicked him to the side, said, when they asked him, I believe it was in a Senate hearing, when he gave Epstein that sweetheart deal, he said, I was told he was with intelligence. That's all we really need to know. So what intelligence? Why would he say with intelligence? Like, to me, that means it has to be American intelligence, because if he was with foreign intelligence, then you would go, well, fucking clip him. He's with foreign intelligence. Why is there a spy network?
Foreign intelligence is black.
Wait, say this right now.
Unless that foreign intelligence has something on us. And
that's what I was
the same foreign intelligence is the reason why all the Democratic primary candidates are saying their first trip is going to go to a certain place.
Well, guys, now we're trafficking.
I love your theory, but what would be the...
Listen, like it or hate it, New York's got a lot of Jews. Actually, I'm curious, does New York City have more Jews than any other city in the U.S.? It probably fucking does. That wouldn't surprise me. Like, yeah, it's cringe, but there's a reason why they pay so much fucking lip service to Israel and all that bullshit.
The point of that theory, if you're not going to actually catch the mice once they get in the trap.
Well, you just perpetually have power over them.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to catch them.
Interesting.
So there's another theory that
You got to think about the Russians, too, though, because this is their go-to move. If you're just talking strict, like, blackmail, entrapment, honeypots, obviously with Epstein, you lean towards Mossad, but, like, there are a lot of people who traffic in this sort of stuff.
And you know how you know that there's a lot of powerful people on this list? Because if I was Donald Trump, I'm the president, I'm just like, okay, if I'm on there, take me off. And then we're going to release this list. No, buddy. Too many powerful people. It would be mutually assured destruction to put out the Epstein list.
Wouldn't it crush America? I mean, like, in my personal opinion, I think you need to destroy it to build back the faith. But I imagine a lot of these people, like, whoever they is, let's say it's the CIA, let's say it's the FBI, let's say they sit down with, and I'm talking about the permanent CIA and FBI, not the ones that you get this, like, figurehead, they get to pop in every administration and say,
oh, the deep state. Good job. This guy is another name for the deep state. Good job, dude. I love how these guys are able to, like conservatives will these, like, little boys full of fucking, and then these guys are literally vomiting it out 2 weeks later. I like how he's picked up the vocabulary and the secrets without even knowing fuck all about politics. Very impressive. So fucking cringe.
Let's say they sit down with, and I'm talking about the permanent CIA and FBI, not the ones that you get this, like, figurehead that gets to pop in every administration and say they run it. I'm talking about the ones that are running it the whole time. Well, maybe they sit down with Trump, they sit down with Cash, they sit down with Bongino, they sit down with Bondi, and they go, guys, here's the deal.
So then this goes back to my other question. 50,000 people in the intelligence agencies know about this shit? Or who? Is it everybody? Or apparently it's not the heads, right? Because he just said it's the deep state. How deep is the deep state? How many employees is the deep state? Can we describe this at all? Can we talk about any part of this ever? It's just so fucking cringe. Like, this is like a shitty movie plot. It's so stupid.
If we announce that we were the ones who were aware of this and running this, we are acknowledging that we ran a child trafficking ring within our country to compromise our own citizens. That information cannot get out to the American people if they are to have faith in our institutions. And if it does, everybody involved, maybe even the entirety of the institutions,
do you think that Donald Trump and his government are a big defender and faith in our institutions?
Has to get destroyed. That's the only way forward. You can't just have an FBI and CIA after that.
Yeah,
so are we ready to go without an FBI and CIA?
Yeah, but you're a person who actually cares about America. You're a person who's not compromised. And I think that's the sad part about a lot of these situations. What we're realizing is there's never going to be any draining of the swamp, y'all. Once you get in these positions, you are automatically compromised. It just is what it is.
So the thing I don't
understand. And if you really do try to drain the swamp, bang, bang. Straight like that.
Be missing more than a little piece of your ear. But the thing I don't understand is Epstein got arrested and murdered. I mean, convicted and committed suicide during Trump's first term.
Oh, they're picking up on it. Uh-oh.
Trump, if let's say your theory is correct, and you know you can't divulge that he was intelligence and that will, like, erode the public's trust in the government, then why would Trump during his second term run on the fact that I'm going to give you guys all the documents?
Trump
like, why would you run
misdirection?
Not just misdirection.
Misdirection? There's always a fucking reason, bro. Everything that they do can explain the conspiracy. Oh my God. There is no disconfirming evidence. There is no disconfirming evidence. Nothing can, there is no possible way to shake them from the conspiracy. It's impossible.
Trump runs on everything. We were talking about this on vacation. I've said this, man. Trump runs on everything.
No, he doesn't.
And we He did this on vacation to prove it. You can pull up a clip of Trump telling whatever you want to hear to you, no matter what it is. Name a subject, you can pull up a clip, Trump saying either or about it. He's either for it or against it in some way, shape, or form. Pull it up, try it. It's a fun game to do at the house. I'm serious. Anything that he wants you to believe, he will tell you. And I've read.
Where was this analysis before the election?
Like the art of the deal, and you read things about Donald Trump. They all say that's part of his charm. They say he'll sit you down and tell you whatever it is you want to hear, and he'll find out what your thumb screw is, like what is your wildest dream, and tell you that he can make it happen.
But then why appoint people like Patel and Bondi, all these people?
Exactly. Who is this motherfucker? This guy's got good questions. Because that's the next question. Let's say that you know that it's you're on the list, okay? You've your share of kids is Donald Trump. Why would you then appoint people? Why would you nominate people who are so vocal about this? Why not pick people who are willing to play ball, or pick people who are on the list with you? Find some other kitty to put in these positions.
What is your wildest dream, and tell you that he can make it happen.
But then why appoint people like Patel and Bondi, all these people?
They were never going to do anything.
I don't agree. I think
why would you do that?
I think he thought he was going to do something. I think he thought he was going to stop the foreign wars. I think he thought he was going to do a lot of shit, and then he realized how it really works. That's what I think.
I know he's not talking about Donald Trump, right? Oh, sorry, yeah. And Charlemagne, or this guy over here was not pro-Trump. I shouldn't imply that. Sorry.
I think he thought he was going to stop the foreign wars. I think he thought he was going to do a lot of shit, and then he realized how it really works.
Hold on. Jesus, fuck. My history is so fucking bad. Who was the president from 2016 to 2020? Oh. What do you mean he thought he was going to do this, but then he realized he couldn't? He was already president one time. What the fuck kind of retarded fucking statement is this?
That's what I think.
I mean,
I'll agree on the war, yes. On the
Israel and Gaza.
What?
So far, the ceasefire.
Is there one?
I thought it's not.
And then they blow up a building the next day. It's a ceasefire. It's like they do.
Okay.
Bibi's playing Trump like a fiddle.
Fiddle.
And by the way, this is the problem that I have with all of
It's
this.
sad. It's sad, and he just fluffs his ego, right? Like he literally.
I think he does deserve the Peace Prize. Let's seriously.
Like all of this was so obvious. All of this was so obvious and knowable prior to the election. Wow, Trump was a huge Israeli simp. The guy who bragged about the Abraham Accords every single fucking day of his life. How could you have ever guessed?
No, but my point is like,
You need a recommendation for college or something? What's going on? What's going on?
No, like,
He'd be a fucking.
Bibi do whatever the fuck he wants, and then make Trump look like an absolute fucking retard.
But why does nobody call out Bibi? Why do people say Israel?
Hey, what are you, an anti-Semite?
Huh?
What are you, being anti-Semitic right now?
But why do people say Israel? Why don't they say Bibi? Because before
Whoa! What are you being anti? Hey,
I feel like it's more anti-Semitic to say Israel.
Charlemagne, you better be real Semitic right now so that you can wipe away the
I don't know
anti.
what y'all talking about.
Can't say either. You
Can't say Bibi. Before October 7th, Bibi was public enemy number one.
Anti-Semitic.
They were going to send this guy to jail for corruption.
Yes.
They were protesting him for years.
Yes,
in Israel.
anti-Semitic.
How?
No, listen.
Whatever.
You open your mouth. You're anti-Semitic.
Charles just opened his mouth. Somebody label him anti-Semitic right now. What the hell?
No, this is the problem. I think we've discussed this on this part, but like the problem with calling a lot of things, there's so much anti-Semitism out there, it's actually just like really fucking sad. And everybody thinks I'm Jewish, so I get a lot of it. So I can prove to you right now there's a lot. It's not just, Jews like making shit up. There's a lot of it out there. But the problem with calling normal questioning anti-Semitic is that it silences people. Because people are like, I don't want to be called anti-Semitic. I don't want people to think I hate Jews. I have friends that are Jews. I love Jews. I don't want them to think, so I'm not going to say anything. And then what happens is the only people who are willing to talk about it still are the most extreme voices who don't care if you call them anti-Semitic because they are anti-Semitic. So what happens is the most extreme hateful voices control the discourse. When if you didn't bully people or call them hateful for asking simple questions that we all have, you would have a much more calm and tolerable discourse that would not end up in all this like crazy anti-Semitism that you now see on the
Before
internet.
October 7th, every Jewish person I knew damn near didn't like Netanyahu. I don't think they still like him.
None of them like him, but they feel very they're scared to acknowledge that they don't like him because they feel like they're adding fuel to the anti-Israel sentiment in the same way that like they're